one. Whoa, everybody. Welcome. Here we are. The Mike Morgue Eviloution official coffin launch campaign. Feast your eyes on all these things. I'm going to step out of here. Look at all this crazy dry ice. Let's get a closer look at this. This is the best. Mike Morgue Eviloution is this second chapter. I like it here. This is great. Don't touch that dry ice, though. I even like it here. Check it out. Whoa. There's Ratso, everybody. Mike Morgue Eviloution. This is the second chapter. This is the follow-up to our first chapter, Necromorphosis. If you read Necromorphosis and you liked it, this second chapter is going to kick your ass. I want to thank everybody for joining us on the stream. This is how it's going to go. I'm going to show you everything that's behind these question marks. But before I do, I'm going to lay this all out because you may be watching this. You don't know anything about Mike Morgue. But here's the thing. Mike Morgue is coming. Mike Morgue Chapter 2 is coming to coffinlaunch.com on Thursday, September 11th at 6 p.m. Arizona time, which is also Pacific Daylight Time. Now that you know that, I want you to know a couple of things. First thing I want you to know, for the first 24 hours, all backers of physical rewards are going to receive a free challenge coin with insane art by James Groman and Geraldo Sandoval. We're going to get into that. But I'm also going to show you this coin. And folks, this is our 2025 commitment. We're giving these coins away. See if we can get right in there. Look at that coin. That's the Geraldo Sandoval Venom artist. And there's James Groman. This guy's invented Mad Balls. He's worked on every toy you know and you love. Probably most known for this insane designer toy called King Corpse. This is insane. All right, before I start showing you this stuff, let's get into what Mike Morgue is all about. And we're going to do that by showing you some pages. So here are some pages from Chapter 2. And this is the quiet beginning. After last chapter, Mike's somewhat dejected, but here's the story. Narrowly escaping evisceration at the hands of the psychotic Rigsdale family, Mike Morgue finds himself desperate and on the run. His metalhead friends have turned into killer monsters. His crush is a soul-sucking ghost girl, and his only ally is a wisecracking rat named Ratso. If he has any chance of survival, Mike must harness the dark power of his kill fists and confront the Rigsdales head-on. But can Mike defeat a cadre of kill-crazy freaks and finally avenge his family, or will he fall victim to a mad scientist twisted unholy plot? I'm here to tell you, folks, it's a tale of gore splattering ultra horror. Now, these are some of the pages from Chapter 2, but I want to give you a sense of what Mike Morgue is really about from Chapter 1. It really is ultra gory and ultra violent, and I just showed you Chapter 2, and of course, Chapter 2 is just sort of winding up. Here are some of his pals that have turned into monsters. Here's one of the evil Rigsdale family members. Here's actually Mike with his kill fist energy. Some of the crazy violence that happens here. Here's Mike surviving insane amount of damage. And here's just some beautiful double-page artwork. The art, by the way, is written by myself and Mike McLean. It's illustrated by Jose Luis. Jose right now is the artist on Marvel Comics' Daredevil. So it's so great to have him on board this campaign. It's colored by Elmer Santos and lettered by veteran letterer Marshall Dillon. Check out another one of our crazy villains. Her name is Priscilla. She actually vomits her intestines on people. It's crazy. A lot of nuttiness going on in Mike Morgue. All right, everybody, let's get into it. So, Mike Morgue, 48 pages by the aforementioned team. I'm going to show you some of our cool additions that we're offering. But let me let you know, it's from the guy who created Evil Ernie, who loves horror, and this is a love letter to all the things that I love, which is crazy splatter horror, comedy, and heart. So Chapter 2 has it all in buckets. First up, here's the beautiful Mike Morgue official premiere edition, illustrated by Jose Luis and colored by Ivan Nunez. Check out this crazy tribute edition. This is a tribute to Hulk 102. And that should give you kind of an idea that Mike Morgue is definitely a transforming character. He goes from like a 18-year-old metalhead into this kind of like super buff, radical looking, 26-year-old looking metalhead, packs on about 80 pounds of sheer muscle. And that's what this tribute's about, is kind of just to let you know that that's what you're in for. We've invited some amazing artists on board. Here's Kevin West doing an EC homage, and we call this the Cryptic Edition. In the image, you see Mike, his pal Ratso, some of his pals who are now monsters, and some of the featured female characters. Rose, which is the bad guy's beloved. Priscilla, which is the bad guy's sister. Autumn Carlisle, who is the ghostly love interest for Mike Morgue. Next up, holy mackerel, David Harrigan does it again with the Action Edition. Definitely a riff on it's not an actual action figure, it's a comic book cover that's an action figure. Next up, Diego Bernard brings the heat with the Heads Will Roll Edition. There's Autumn Carlisle in the background. Next, local favorite Albert Morales does the Bros Edition. Albert was a cover artist on the first series along with Diego Bernard and others. And there's Mike, there's Ratso, Albert bringing the heat, Phoenix's own son. Next, holy mackerel, that's Raymond Gay doing the Ghoulish Edition. Raymond Gay, whose work is known for, he's known for doing a lot of work with the Spawn office. We were just so happy to have him on board. I think he captures the dark intensity of Mike Morgue in a really excellent fashion. Next up, holy mackerel, Giancarlo Bernal doing the Trouble Edition. Mike looks buff. He's kicking some monster butt, which is exactly what he's all about. Ratso looks really pissed off. I love it. Now, because you demanded it, check it out. Here is the Gore-tastic Edition by Canada's own favorite son, professional wrestler Andy Bellinger. Andy bringing the heat with a lot of violence in there. Andy, what are you thinking? It's wild. Hey, check this out. It's true. This is a 99-cent plastic rat that actually inspired the character Ratso. Happy he's here, man. And speaking of which, Ratso Edition. Jay Photos decided to do the Ratso Edition. Jay contributed mightily on Chapter 1. Here he is on Chapter 2. Ratso gets his own edition. Horns are up, and he's ready to go. Next, holy mackerel. Geraldo Sandoval. Dear gosh, this guy has just lit up Marvel Comics. Popular artist on Venom and many, many other great Marvel books. But here's a cool thing you may not have ever known. I gave Geraldo his professional start because he was an artist on Insane Clown Posse in the late 90s. Recently, we reconnected in Mexico City, and I said, dude, if you're available, you are just the right artist to capture the insanity of Mike Morgue. And Geraldo said, heck yeah. Next up, Mike Chrome brings the heat with the Splatter Edition. Man, that's beautiful. You can see when Mike Morgue holds his victims, he just is completely electrifying him. Amazing. All right, everybody, are you ready for it? Here is the Monstrous Edition. The Monstrous Edition is by James Groman. James Groman is a very well-known designer of toys. He is the inventor of Mad Balls. He has worked on a range of action figures and toys, everywhere from Mad Balls to Care Bears. But he also is probably most known for working on his designer toy masterpiece, King Corpse. Hope you James Groman fans out there are going to enjoy that edition. Next up, oh man, so for the discerning collector, we're offering individualized metal editions. Here is the Monstrous Metallic. This is going to be hyper limited in nature. Same along with the Geraldo Sandoval Metallic Edition, Infinity Glow in the Dark Edition. Next up, whoa, here it is. Mike Chrome, Crazy Metallic Glow in the Dark Edition. That ain't all, everybody. Here we have the Geraldo Sandoval Metallic Edition. See how we're seeing that? There you go. You can see it's actually one of those embossed too. Next up, the monstrous James Groman Glow in the Dark Metal, hyper limited. Rounding out these elite type editions is the Splatter Metallic. Now, the Glow in the Dark editions are going to be limited to about 15 copies. So get in on them while you can. Let's take a look at some of the other things that we're offering. So prints. We're going to offer a finite amount of prints on this campaign, but I would feel remiss if I didn't offer you guys and gals out there the official commemorative edition featuring art by Jose Luis, the Insanity edition by Geraldo Sandoval. Holy mackerel, if you could only see it. So nice. And the Monstrous edition, 11 by 17, suitable for framing, by James Groman. Then rounding out our print offerings, we have, well, not almost rounding out, this beautiful metal print image by Mike Deodato. So happy that the maestro came back and did this cover for Morgue in chapter 1. Felt like we simply had to make it, a metal print. Also, we have the 24 by 36 Mike Morgue Necromorphosis poster. Artwork by Jose Luis, colored by Ivan Nunez. Heck, man, I got to admit it. I made it so I could have one. I hope you want to have it too. But that's not all. We have a couple other goodies. I do want to bring to your attention this particular format, the 18 by 24 Monstrous print by James Groman. I think some of James's fans might be used to this particular size, 18 by 24. Let's try to get in there and really get a good look at the gory goodness of this particular image. Yeah, take your time on that one. There's, Mike Morgue will actually recover from this degree of damage, but he just ripped this dude apart with his kill fists. And there's Ratso, happy as can be, relishing in the ultra violence. While you're checking this out, please keep looking at that. That'll be pretty cool. Don Russell, evening to you. Robert, what's up? Art, Matt Stapleton. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the Sandoval is insane, right? Robbie, thank you so much that you like the covers. Brian saying, whoop, whoop. That's right. Jade, oh my goodness, hell yeah. Thanks for everybody for being really stoked. So, rounding out this campaign, everybody. Rounding out this campaign, how to do it, want to have one myself, is the Mike Morgue Necromorphosis t-shirt. Just like passionately in love with this image. I think it really captures the essence of Morgue. So we're offering that as a unisex t-shirt in small all the way to 4X. And that, everybody, I am happy to tell you, rounds out our campaign. Now, again, I want to just remind you and let you know that for the first 24 hours of this campaign, all physical backers are going to receive this coin you're looking at free. Check this out. Whoa. Boy, we really got the hang of the coins, right? Holy mackerel. Yeah, so let me roll it down. The art is fire. Thank you so much. Jade, Solomon, Brian, Robbie, Matthew, Art, Rob, Don, everybody who's on the stream, thank you. I just want to let you know that I have great passion and excitement for ultraviolent horror comic books done in this way. I was definitely inspired in the early 90s reading a concept called splatterpunk horror novels. They were just totally unapologetically gory. But I also like some heart, and I like the idea in our story that our guys are buddies. So I just want to recap. This has been the presentation, and I want to let you know that our campaign is going off Thursday, September 11th. Expect guest stars like Albert Morales and Jay Photos in attendance, Mike McLean, co-writer. It'll be at 6 p.m. Arizona time, which for now is Pacific Daylight Time. All I got to tell you is, you've been great. I've been Brian Pulido. I'ma holla at you later.